Learning is all about a change of behaviour. I think learning's good, and my friends think it's good as well.
So our task was to find out what learning is, or to try and define learning. So we actually thought that what we'd do was to go and ask some learners themselves and see what their views were. So I sent Anne off to speak to some of our equine students to see what they thought learning was.
So we have some first year foundation degree students in equine because it's my subject and I know the girls and they're capable of being bribed. I'm going to talk to them about learning and what they feel learning is about and what they require from learning and all the sort of things that they find very important about their education. Harriet, how would you define learning? What do you think learning is?
Gain better knowledge and to go on through and do better experiences.
Okay, thank you. Sophie, when you're taught here, do you find different methods of teaching help you to learn better? And what sort of methods do you find help you better?
Probably where you're shown how to do it and then you get to do it yourself rather than just being talked at, because you just get talked at. So it doesn't go in, it just goes straight over your head. So
And do you find what about in a classroom situation, different methods of teaching?
Well, if you're like watching videos and reading from books rather than just being read straight off, just straight off a slide and stuff.
Okay, thank you very much. And Laura, I've forgotten your name for a minute. What does learning mean to you? How do you feel learning has helped you? Or what do you hope learning will help you to do in the future?
Learning helps me to gain knowledge of how to do different things, so I can go on and practice, and by learning new things I can get more experience and do more things in the future. Do what I want to do.
Okay, thank you very much indeed.
So this is Julia Davis, who's the academic team leader for the environment, and we've asked her for her views on pedagogy.
Pedagogy for me is about the environment in which students learn, the experiences and the way that the teacher, the lecturer, the provider allows learning to take place.
Pedagogy, very important. Yeah, the science of learning. Oh yeah, that is very good.
Okay. There are different forms of learning, and we can actually liken them to the pond here. We've got shallow learning, which really just deals with our recall and just basic knowledge in our shallow areas of the pond. But look at it a little deeper, and we've got deeper learning, like the middle of the pond, which looks at how we analyse our learning and aspects of it. And then there's profound learning, which really is the sort of interdependence and the evaluation and deeper analysis, really looking at the rather than just the what and the why, but the how as well.
Learning needs to be motivating, so you need to decide what your motivation is. Is it to win something? Is it a trophy? Is that your goal? Or is it just a qualification? That's also another good goal, isn't it?
Unlock your potential.
Pushing across active learning to students, don't you think?
Really good. I've used similar things with my students, and they do respond really well to it.
Yeah, they do, I would agree. Okay, so
we need to look at all of these cards and sort of rearrange them and sort of onto a grid, which actually then, from the most important to least important. And the ones in particular, 4 key elements of learning. Okay.
So the LSIS say that there are 4 common themes for learning and teaching resources. How do you see that? What do you see?
The first one they say is that learning should start with the learner and foster effective social relationships, which I think is really important. I think if students don't feel comfortable in the classroom, they won't learn at all.
That's very, very true, yes. They also say that learning should be active and foster a questioning, analytical approach to problems and challenges. And I think by lots of the challenges we perhaps put to our students in the way we teach them, the exercises we ask them to do, that surely addresses that particular point, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that was reflected in the student that we interviewed earlier.
Absolutely, and I think when
watching.
That's right, and when those students are actually interviewed on our little film, hopefully they will address those things for us.
Yeah, absolutely. The NFIS also say that learning should be motivating and foster rich communication and understanding. I think if the task that you set them isn't, and if there's no motivation at the end of it, they won't want to learn.
No.
So they need to be doing it with a goal in mind.
That's right, yes. They also suggest it should be challenging, fostering continuity, growth and development. And I think that is a very healthy part of education, that it does hopefully stimulate their educational growth throughout the time that they're with us.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, even when our students come to us at the start of the course, we will let them know what their next stage is.
That's right.
So do well in this course, you go on to the next, and then the
so on
next.
and so forth. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
And finally on our video about learning, we're going to be looking at Bloom's taxonomy. Now, Bloom related learning to several different levels, and his first level was knowledge. Which basically, if you teach a student something and they can remember it, they can recall, it's their first step.
As a teacher, you need to make sure that the students not only comprehend what you're talking about, but they also understand the subject, the whole ethos of learning.
To get to the next level of learning, students need to be able to apply what they've learned to a new situation.
And once they've applied themselves, they need to be able to analyse what we've taught them and possibly synthesise the whole things together.
And finally, they should be able to evaluate the situation and evaluate their own learning.
Well, that just about wraps learning up. As for me, what motivates me? Carrots motivate me. Enjoy your learning.